to roll.
Super ready, excited for the day. It's going to be an amazing day. Back to the scene.
We need more filming. Camera 2.
Best show ever in television.
3, 2, 1, go!
Well, hello and a very good evening to you, my dear friends.
And I'm Bea Arthur.
Oh, Bea, you look fantastic.
Thank you. I've never seen the show, so is that what
You've never seen the show?
Oh, Blanche, haven't you learned your lesson by now? You can't swing bananas around the monkey cage.
My name is actually Erinn.
My name is Dan.
And we are
Erinn and
Dan.
And this is Erinn and Dan.
But it's live.
Which is us, but it's live. It's live right now. What you're seeing is happening now, live on which date, Erinn?
On Tuesday, July 30th at 8:01 p.m. If you're out there, comment right now, and we will feature it on the screen, and you will see it like Dickie
that.
Speed.
Who's
Hello,
a
Dickie.
Long-time listener, first-time commenter. That's not true. He comments all the time, too.
He does. He's the
Thank you
best.
for catching our show here, and here every Tuesday at 8 p.m.
Woo!
right here on Erinn and Dan, but it's live. How you doing out there? How you feeling?
Yes, let us know how things are going. It is International Golden Girls Day.
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh, how exciting is this?
And if you're a fan, let us know, because this episode is for you and nobody else.
Absolutely. Hey, everybody loves the Golden Girls.
Is that true?
Yes. I challenge you. Is there anybody out there watching right now that does not love the Golden Girls? Speak now, because we can fight you.
I feel like plenty of people don't like the Golden Girls.
I think you're absolutely wrong.
But those people end up in prison because they are clinically insane and they murder folk.
I don't know if they murder folks.
They do.
But they would be critically
Studies
insane.
have shown that 100% of people who are not fans of the Golden Girls have committed at least one murder.
Because there are none. No fans. Hey. But seriously, I was watching some of the Golden Girls to get ready for this evening. This morning, I was on my way to Peter and the Starcatcher rehearsal, which I'll tell you about later.
Spoilers.
And I was watching some of the Golden Girls episode, and genuinely, I was laughing out loud. It's so funny, and I think that I am going to be Rose when I am old.
I think you're Rose now.
Thank you.
I don't know if I'm going to be any of those characters.
Let me think.
But I probably would be, from what I know of Golden Girls, I would be Bea Arthur's character.
You are definitely more of a Bea Arthur than anyone else. Whose name is? Oh, in the show?
Yes.
It's Blanche.
Oh, she's Blanche.
Yeah.
Oh, so earlier when I said, hey, Blanche, it didn't make any sense.
I mean, I could have been Blanche. I mean, we both look the same right now. We both look identical.
I definitely have more of a Bea Arthur frame than you.
Dressed up as an old lady. Oh, I'm so sorry. Blanche is the sexy one.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Are Dorothy.
Thank you. That is correct. We both share that shambling skeletal sort of vibe.
What's interesting is you said earlier that you thought that you looked like Bea Arthur, and I don't think that's true.
No, she's just really tall and angular, and I am tall and angular.
You kind of look like a nutty professor right now, dressed as an old lady.
Marty, we gotta go back in time and stop your mother from having you! Or something. I never saw the sequel.
You kind of look like Beekman. Did anybody ever watch Beekman's World? I loved Beekman's World. And my mom had this awesome scientific book. It was like a book of science experiments from Beekman. And we would make Beekman's bread. And it was bread that we would make from like a science experiment.
Well, it sounds like we're pivoting, and this is now a Beekman's World episode. So let's talk other 90s tropes. Anyone for Bill Nye the Science Guy?
Ooh, I love Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill.
But I bet you, of everyone out there, there is not one person that doesn't love the Golden Girls. I know this because nobody's commented that they don't.
I would have to say that I would be in that party. I've seen a lot of the Golden Girls because when I was on tour with Curious George, my roommate was obsessed with the Golden Girls and obsessed with Diet Coke. So we drank a lot of Diet Coke and we had a lot of Golden Girls on in the hotel. And I carried one of those habits with me.
That's really funny. The Diet Coke?
Uh-huh.
What's really interesting is I, too, got into Golden Girls because I had a dear friend that I shared a dressing room with.
Von Ryan.
Who was backstage, and we would literally, it was just the two of us in the Sunshine Boys. I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with that show, but I played the little sexy nurse, and she played the old grumpy nurse.
Welcome back to Grumpy Nurse, Sexy Nurse. Which one's which? Take a pick.
And I was on stage for half the time, and she was on stage for the other half. We never actually shared the stage, and we would sit in the dressing room, and she would play tons of Golden Girl episodes over and over and over again, while I would sit in my corner and I would print out mailing labels and work because I had like 10 jobs at the time.
I think the Golden Girls is a cozy background show,
yes.
But I can't imagine myself sitting down and going, it's time to sit and watch 22 minutes of the Golden Girls. but that's just me. I am in the wrong because today is International Golden Girls Day, and people don't make international days for things like, I don't know,
broccoli,
like lye-based soap scars.
That's true too.
What are y'all drinking out there?
Yes, because we are about to toast to all of you. So go ahead and post in your comments what you're drinking. Dan, what are you pouring up for us right now?
We've opted for some lovely hot tea. We thought it would add to the octogenarian vibe. Not that tea is specifically for elderly folk, but I've known a fair old lady or two to swill back a cup of tea.
That's right. I am actually drinking Twining's tea, and it says "Drink in Life."
See, Bruce has never watched Golden Girls.
Oh, that's crazy, Bruce. I feel like you'd be a Golden Girls fan.
Really?
I do.
Bruce Rutherford.
I feel
you
like
think Bruce. You look at Bruce Rutherford and you go, that guy loves him some Betty White.
Yes, because she's hilarious. And they're all funny.
They are.
All of the Golden Girls are actually hilarious.
That is.
My favorite, do you know who my favorite Golden Girl is?
Is it Estelle Getty?
Sophia. Yep. Absolutely. She is my favorite. I think she's the one I look the most like today.
Yeah, do you know she was the oldest in the show, but she was the youngest of all the cast members.
Isn't that funny? She was a year younger than
Almost
her daughter.
as funny as the Golden Girls themselves.
Well, as you are continuing to pour in your comments, we have a toast from a very special lady today. We are going to toast to you, to all of you, and she is going to toast to all of you as well, because you deserve it. And who better to speak on the Golden Girls and to give our toast today than the one, the only, Dorothy herself.
A toast.
Okay.
To finality and closure. To husbands being out of our lives and gone forever.
Oh, Dorothy!
Well,
hey, I'll drink to that.
Cheers.
Clink.
Ooh, that's hot.
To finality and closure. To husbands being dead, gone, and buried, and we stars of a sitcom.
Have you ever seen that episode? It's actually really, really, really sweet. So it starts out and there's tons of comedy because her ex-husband dies. And she's like, I'm glad he's dead. Ha ha. And there's like a bunch of funny things. But then she gets serious and she realizes that her hair's falling out because she's an old lady. Oh no, that's not what happens. My hair's falling out because I'm an old lady.
Your hair's falling out because these wigs were $4 on Amazon.
They were $6, including the glasses and the necklace.
So that's a pretty good deal.
It's a high budget.
2 necklaces, 2 wig caps, 1 pair of glasses, and a wig with a net on it.
4 necklaces and a wig cap came with it too.
I said all those things.
Oh, you did.
Mm-hmm. I sure did.
Who are your favorite Golden Girls out there? We want to know. While we're asking you that question, I would love to let you know. Well, what, Dan? You had something coming out of your mouth.
Is there anyone who likes one of the Golden Girls that's off the beaten path? Not one of the main 4. One of the collector's item only Golden Girls?
You mean like one of the guys?
Like, didn't Morgan Freeman come on and drag once as one of the Golden Girls?
I just don't think that happened.
Well, it should have, because I would have tuned in, and I think so would have everybody else.
But you know what? There is a Golden Girls drag show now that I hear is phenomenally phenomenal.
Really?
Yeah, I hear it's great. I hear it's like absolutely a hoot.
Aren't we not supposed to be talking about drag shows because it's a point of contention after the Olympics?
You know what? There is a Golden Girls drag show. I have no opinion on it. I haven't seen it.
I think it's great.
But also, come on, Dan's in drag today, and nobody seems to be offended.
Yeah, and here's me doing The Last Supper.
No, we're not going to talk about that.
Okay, is that where
that is not where we're going to talk about.
All right, that's the part that upset people.
Regardless, I am so excited about so many things in our life right now.
Like what?
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that it came to the Tanger Center. Did you see it, Jennifer? Let us know. Urinetown just closed on Sunday. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun with the show. These kids worked their little tails off. Look at Millie laughing her little tail off on stage.
Lots of tails in the show, as you can tell.
Right. For those of you who don't know the show Urinetown, it really is something completely different. It's so much fun. It is
one of my favorite musicals of all time.
Tons
this is
of
the
comedy.
third time I've been involved in a production of Urinetown.
Yes.
And hopefully not the last, because we love this. Actually, and I dare say, the best spring theater production we've ever put on.
I think you're right. You know, the entire cast, the entire crew, they really rose to the occasion. And boy, it was really fun.
Yeah, it's not just about, like, first of all, the music isn't, there's a lot of music, a lot of vocal harmony, a lot of dancing, and a lot of demand, like monologues and lines. But on top of that, everybody, without fail, has to have a sense of humor and comic timing. And I think that pretty much everybody nailed it.
Yep. Teresa Kennedy says we saw it 1.5 times.
That's true.
Because there was a fire in the theater on Saturday afternoon, y'all. An actual real boom. The oil in the popcorn
Not
machine.
a boom so much as a...
Well, supposedly it was.
Well, the part that we saw was a fire alarm and smoke.
Yes, we only saw the fire remains, but there was a ton of fire going on, and that was, as Bruce says.
And all the children were choking on smoke back in their dressing rooms as we kept them safe.
We did keep them safe.
Bring your kids to Spring Theater. We won't asphyxiate
you
them
know
much.
What? Do bring them to Spring Theater, and here is why. Everyone was totally safe. They all walked out of the theater. The audience almost choreographically, Dan said, "Remember where we are and go outside." And they almost they stood up and they all walked out like as one. It was a beautiful, beautiful evacuation.
And everyone got to look at some hunky firemen. So
that one guy was pretty cute.
Which one?
The one with the stash.
I'm going to kill him. Didn't three of them have the same stash?
They did.
Because this stash is in right now, y'all.
Yeah, it is.
I can't grow one.
Why not? Oh, because you're blonde.
Yeah, I mean, I can't grow one. It just makes me, I wouldn't be able to work at Spring Theater if I did.
Oh,
let's put it that way.
Moving on. Guess what I get to do this week? It is the International Black Theater Festival in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Yes.
That's a big deal, by the way.
Yes.
Winston-Salem is very lucky to have this in their midst. But I'm actually doing a reading tomorrow with my little friend Reese. Look at her right there. It is called Schoolgirl Days, and we had our first rehearsal today. Great group of people. Everyone.
Did you take all these pictures in real time?
Yeah, I did.
I love it.
I was very discreet. Nobody knew I was taking them, except I think Reese kind of got the picture. But anyway, it was a really fun afternoon. All the actors are professional and they've all flown in, except for me and Reese, who got to drive in from 20 minutes away. So we were very lucky.
And I'm excited because I get to go see Erinn perform in this piece tomorrow at noon. And you too can if you're in Winston-Salem.
Yes, it's free, by the way.
Which is great.
So if you're around, come and see me. I play a very racist woman.
Which is, what a stretch.
And I have to tell you, it was very, I was shaking after the first read through today. I didn't even tell you.
Why?
I went to the bathroom with Reese because I get kind of angry in it. And I was just yelling in the middle of the Black Theater Festival, racist remarks, and it wasn't very fun, but it was fun. I mean, it was very acting fun.
Sounds like an excuse to get it out of your system, which we all know you could do with Aaron Dirth.
Dan Beckman, even with that wig on, you are inappropriate.
Thank you. I think I have it on backwards. I'm looking at how nicely yours looks with the headphones, and I look like Doc Brown. So.
Y'all, as you know, Dan Beckman is an award-winning photographer.
Yes, twice.
He's won 2 awards, but they were good ones. And today we have the Dan Beckman photography.
That Gate 1 contest never got back to anybody. Never posted the pictures.
Oh my gosh, maybe it's coming.
What a waste of all of our time.
No, I bet it's not a waste. I bet they're which one of Dan Beckman's photos is going to win?
They were supposed to post them for people to vote on in March, I think. So I don't think anything's coming.
Maybe it was March in the time zone of another country.
I think what they've done is intellectual property theft.
I don't think so.
I do.
If you end up...
If anyone works for Gate 1, just let me know because my lawyers are on you right now.
Yes, they are.
It's my second lawsuit of the week after one of the dazzling cleaning people took away. Never mind. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
The Dan Beckman photography picture of the week this week is this one right here. Oh, it's black. There we go.
Oh,
Dan,
the sandhill crane migration of the Great Platte River.
And where is that?
Kearney, Nebraska, right on the Fort Kearney Bridge. This is something that happens every year. The sandhill cranes gather on the banks of the Platte River on their way down south. And it is, I believe, the largest migration in the United States of America. It might be the biggest avian migration in the world.
And we got to see it live.
Yeah, and hear it, by the way.
Okay, so we were already on tour and we were already pretty pooped. It was at the end of a 2-show day. So we performed in South Dakota. We drove. We went to sleep. We woke up. We loaded in the theater and we performed in Nebraska. But then the very next morning, we decided to get up for sunrise. And boy, oh boy, was it worth it.
Yes.
Wow.
Boy, oh boy, were we sleepy.
Oh, yeah, we were. And freezing, by the way.
It was so
like,
cold.
What, negative something.
I don't know, but it was cold.
But it was so worth it because all of a sudden I thought that we started to kind of hear the cranes and I was like, oh, I guess that's it. That's cool. There's a bunch of birds.
Nope.
But then all of a sudden, wow.
Yeah, because they all take off. It's like they wait till the sunrise hits and then like one of them decides it's time to go and they just all take off. Ryan lives in Kearney. Ryan, give us some of the deets on that migration. Let us know what information we're missing or misconstruing.
Yeah.
I think it's the largest avian migration, the largest animal migration in the United States. If not more so.
So cool.
Yeah, very cool.
So cool.
Very cool.
Blessed
Once in a lifetime
to have
thing.
seen it. And just so grateful we were in that country, at that part of the country at that time. Good stuff. Oh, yay. I'm glad you like your book, Dickie. Yes, if you are interested in getting a Dan Beckman photography book of all of the 50 states that he took in 4 months' time, you can get them all over bookstores in Winston-Salem and online at danbeckmanphotography.com.
Maybe it's because I'm dressed like an old lady, or maybe it's because I'm sipping tea. But I feel low energy. Does this feel like a particularly calm broadcast?
It does, and you need to change that now.
Okay.
All right.
Erinn, what have you learned?
Change the music. I am learning 365 things right now. 365 new bits of knowledge this year, starting with on July 23rd. This is so freaking cool.
How about that? How's that
Oh,
is that
I
good for you?
am feeling the energy
Is
now.
that good? That's too loud. Shut up.
Well, check this out. July 23rd. Do you know what that is, Dan?
That is cave paintings.
Yes. It is called Sulawesi. Sulawesi. I had to write that down.
I hardly know her.
Hey, this is the oldest work of art in the world. Do you want to take a guess on how many years old it is?
How many years old it is?
Yeah, take a guess.
I want to guess that's from like 20,000 BC.
Well, I don't know, but it is from 44,000 years ago, whatever that is.
Yeah, let me run the numbers real quick. I'm going to guess that's 42,000 BC.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. What did I say? I said 40.
You're so smart.
Thank you.
You're so smart.
Thank you, the book Sapiens.
That's so crazy. Oh, Ryan got back to us. People come from all over the world, he says, to visit Kearney each year to see the cranes. That is so cool. So cool. And I love it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was wondering too. I don't know if it's an organized thing or if it's one guy's job, but I don't know. That's a lot of pressure for one bird, though.
Yeah.
Ain't it?
It really is.
What's next?
Okay, on July 24th, do you know what this is, Dan?
Wait, I didn't. Okay, wait. Go back to that previous painting. What was the relevance of that particular? Is that the oldest cave painting on Earth?
It's the oldest art in the world.
Oh, that
ever.
is so cool.
Right, and it's 44,000 years old.
That is wild.
I can't even fathom that number.
That is wild.
I can't even remember 20 years ago, Shani. Hey.
Very different species back then. We were.
Right. Okay, then the next day, this is what I learned. Do you know what this is, Dan?
That is a bird skull.
It is an owl skull in particular because owls don't have eyeballs.
What?
They are more like eye tubes. They're elongated. They're held in place by a bony structure in the skull. And because of this, owls can't move or roll their eyes within their sockets. And that's why this comes in handy.
They don't have eyeball. Well, they
literally can't move their eyes. So like they have to move their head because they don't have eyeballs.
I know it probably doesn't feel inconvenient to them, but it sounds like they're missing out on some.
Oh, they're missing out terribly. I feel terrible for those poor little owls.
Yeah, especially at Wimbledon.
Woo! All right. Next fact is on July 25th. This is an easy fact, but the most visited country on the planet is France. 90 million visitors per year.
I might have guessed that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I might have guessed.
Do you want to guess what the second most visited country is?
The United States.
No.
Really?
Actually, by quite a bit, no.
Okay. The second most visited country is Japan.
Nope.
China.
Nope.
It is not Canada.
Nope.
That's for sure.
These are castanets.
Spain?
Spain.
Okay.
Yep.
Really?
France is number 1. Spain is number 2.
Oh, of course it is. They're all going to be in Europe because those are the people with the means to travel whose countries are just like a weekend trip away.
Good
so
point.
the United States was a stupid guess and I'd like to rescind it.
Too late. Hey,
Next.
Jennifer Ginsburg got it right. All right. Do you know who this is, Dan?
That is Buzz Aldrin.
Whoa, you are correct. This is a funny fact. Poor Buzz Aldrin, second man ever on the moon, as we all know, actually peed himself while he was walking on the surface, apparently.
Well, can you imagine? I mean, how exciting it must be.
I know. I just think it's hilarious. And poor Buzz. Can you imagine how bad that suit must have smelled? You're in a spacesuit.
It wouldn't have smelled at all.
Why?
Well,
There's scent in space.
There's not. How could there be?
You're blowing my mind right now. It actually hurt a little. Okay.
Next.
Moving on. This.
Actually, I don't know if that's true. Let me just say I don't know if that's true.
Okay, good.
I'm sure there's oxygen in his stuff, so he probably smelled urine.
Maybe.
But all the stuff he's breathing is coming from the oxygen tank, not his pants. So he didn't smell his pee.
I wonder if we're going to talk about pee more for the rest of our lives ever since last week's show.
Check me on this. Someone said that space smells like something like burnt popcorn or something like that. But there's no oxygen, so I don't really understand how particles, but I guess you don't need... I don't know how scent works. I don't know how science works. I don't know how space works.
Learned that sloths
I
can
took us out. Sorry. It was supposed to be a joke.
Oh, you took us out?
Yeah, go
Are
ahead.
we not live anymore?
No, we are.
Oh.
Go.
On July 27th, I learned that sloths can hold their breath longer than even dolphins because they slow their heart rate.
That makes sense.
And they can hold their breath for up to 40 minutes.
That makes sense.
Wow.
That makes sense.
That is pretty cool.
Did you know that? Here's a fun fact for you. Speaking of animals doing surprising things.
Yeah.
There's something called, I think, the Goliath squid or something like that, or the I don't know. It's like the biggest squid on Earth, and it's huge and massive. But what?
Oh, you keep going first.
Oh, why?
I learned something else about a squid this week.
Oh, should I? Oh, maybe it's the same thing.
No, it's not coming on this. I forgot about
So
it.
squids, they live at such depths that everything that lives down deep in the ocean encounters food so rarely that they have to be very efficient. This creature is massive, huge, gigantic, and it survives on like 20 calories a day.
That's so cool.
A day.
Okay, I want to get through my facts,
Sorry.
but then I have more to tell you. July 20th, this is a really easy fact and something I probably should have realized. Did you know that all Fruit Loops are the same flavor?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I always was like, I like the green ones.
No.
No, I don't, because they're exactly the same.
It all just tastes like sugar.
Except for the wild berry ones or whatever they make.
Wild berry?
There are, there's now wild berry Fruit Loops that supposedly taste like different.
Really?
But all Fruit Loops are the same. So if you're like trying to pick out your Fruit Loops, kids, there's no point.
Also, wait till you hear about some other things. If you think that's bad. Next.
All right. I had to put a Golden Girls bit of knowledge. Did you know that Blanche was not originally going to be a main character of the Golden Girls? She was going to be on for like 1 or 2 episodes, but then the audiences loved her so much they thought she should stay.
Oh, so was she on for the first 2 episodes?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then she was on forever and
Well,
ever.
that was convenient.
Right? So that's what I learned this week.
Hooray. Good job.
But what else I learned, and I forgot about this. Okay, and I just looked it up to double check. So Inky the octopus.
Oh, yes. Not a squid.
Yes, you're right. So did anybody else hear about Inky? So he escaped this week from a New Zealand.
Wait, it was this week?
No, it was in 2016.
That week.
I guess that week. I thought it was this week because I just read about it on Facebook this week. But anyway, Inky escaped from an aquarium in New York. And he did this by prying his own lid off his aquarium tank when the people were gone home for the night, slooshing across the lobby and going in through the pipes and into the ocean. How cool is Inky?
Inky's pretty cool.
Inky's so cool.
Octopi are pretty crazy animals in general.
Did
Camouflage.
Anybody see my octopus teacher?
I think they have 3 hearts.
That's a lot of hearts.
Yeah, that's 2 more than what I need. Ain't nobody need that many hearts. Well, octopi do.
Yeah, true.
We missed an opportunity. The last show we did that took place in the woods, we made it smell like pine, and now I realize we missed a big opportunity.
I think we didn't.
Inky is the coolest.
Yeah, he really is. Monica, I can't believe we didn't talk about Inky. Monica Moo is my bestest friend who lives in Kearney, Nebraska.
Aww.
And we talk all the time Well, not all the time because I'm busy sometimes.
Whoa, at the
And she's
same
busy
time.
sometimes.
At the same time, we get 2 comments about
Whoa.
Finding Dory. Have you two met? I smell a relationship. Stop it. Ryan's married.
Also, both of your parents are here tonight. Not your actual parents,
Who?
but your elf parents are
Oh,
here.
my actor parents.
Ryan and Monica are tuning in tonight. Hi.
Both of whom are almost exactly my age.
True. Okay, y'all. We have something new. We haven't done this section in a
Tara,
little while.
That's cute.
Oh, I like
Because they
that.
have 3 hearts.
Tara played our Hope Cladwell in Urinetown, the musical.
You're
and
an
was
alien.
Phenomenal. She was phenomenal.
She was very phenomenal.
Oh, and Tara, guess
I wasn't
what?
sure, and I didn't want to make it. I didn't want to assume your nuptial status in 2024.
So true.
Yeah.
You can't assume.
Yeah.
So Tara, I'm glad you're here because we do have some Reaper peppers to eat, but we decided not to do it this week
We
because
got a couple busy weeks.
we got a couple busy
And if
weeks.
Erinn gets an ulcer, that means I have to go to work, and I don't want to.
But what we did decide to do tonight was something else. It's still the same segment, however, and of course, that segment is called
It's time to your mouth. Whoa!
What?
All right. Well, that kind of seems deliberately misleading. Yes.
Today, we are going to wreck our mouths on this beautiful salsa that my mommy made from fresh ingredients.
Yeah,
in
so she's
her
growing
garden.
She's growing peppers. The peppers we're going to be eating Carolina Reapers in 2 weeks' time on this stream, perhaps with some guests, perhaps with some costumes and some choreography. Who knows? Probably not those things, but we will be eating it with peppers. She's growing Reapers, habaneros, Thai chilies, and Scotch bonnets. Scotch bonnets, I believe, are the main pepper in this salsa here, which is great because Scotch bonnets are very flavorful. I've never had one, but they're using a lot of sauces and a lot of extracts. They're hotter than a habanero. So let's dive into this salsa.
She also grew the tomatoes herself.
What about the cilantro? I see some cilantro in there. Is she growing herbs too?
I don't know, but I think
Cheers.
she's tuned in. So here we go. Let's see how bad it
I'm
is.
so excited. Bad.
Mmm. Mmm. Mmm.
Very tasty.
Wow, that has so much flavor.
It's not
Oh.
very hot.
Has a tiny afterburn though.
It's not
Has
very
a nice
hot,
bite to it.
but it is delicious. And it's hot enough to eat.
I
if that
gotta be
makes sense.
honest. I know that this is not to the heat level of Dan Beckman, but I would eat this all night long. It is unbelievably good.
Jan-
Oh my gosh.
Janet, actually, there is a good bite in that. I think that second bite was a little bit more potent.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing with homemade salsas too, is you're not always homogenized. So, also,
Yes.
can I just show you the color of this salsa? Like how
It's
good this looks?
gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Look at
Mm.
this. Look at that.
Wow. That is really impressive.
Really tasty.
Not to mention that, she threw a habanero in there too. So, Mom, I prefer this spice level for a salsa that I'm going to eat a lot, which is nice.
Yeah, I love salsas,
Mm.
and I love hot salsas. And this kind of salsa is my favorite. That's like smooth
Wow.
but chunky and fresh. I think are there jalapenos in there too?
I don't know. Are there, Mom?
There's a green pepper of some sort in there.
Tara, it is delicious. We'll bring you some. We'll save you some for when we wreck our mouths for real on that pepper with you.
Yeah, we can eat Carolina Reapers and then we can cleanse our palate with Scotch bonnet salsa.
Y'all, I'm scared. So in 2 weeks' time, we are going to eat a full Carolina Reaper pepper each grown from my mother's garden. And
Grown
it's
right in
fresh,
Carolina clay.
and it looks nasty.
Yeah, they're fierce.
Ooh,
We should get a picture of them. If you never see the Carolina Reaper, it looks like a demon. It's
It
like
does.
got a little demon tail on it.
yeah. It's
But
pretty scary.
We'll see that in 2 weeks' time. You've seen us do we did the $9 million, the 9 million Scoville chocolate, which is the world's hottest chocolate bar, with our friend Zay.
Yes,
and
we
Erinn
did.
and him were suffering pretty bad.
So
I
bad.
feel as though the Carolina Reaper pepper, which is going to be scientifically much milder than the chocolate, is going to carry a bigger punch.
The chocolate bar was 9 million Scovilles. So we'll see. How do you want to, Ethan? You want to do it with us?
We could just do it at rehearsal and
Oh my gosh, we could literally just record it, because then if we're not able to, because honestly, my other fear is if we wreck our mouths during the show, we won't be able to finish it.
what are you talking about? We did it in the mid-show last time. It'll be great.
We did it at the end.
I'll be able to finish it. Trust me.
Well, we'll find
I'll
out.
batten down the hatches.
Howdy from the Mediterranean. Oh, Isaac, where are you joining us from today?
He's paying $6 a minute for this stream.
Mm-hmm. might be our most expensive viewers. Speaking of viewers, I could not be more excited because, as you know, it is International Golden Girls Day. And
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt. There are lots of things better than a fresh tomato sandwich.
Like what?
Like anything that doesn't have tomatoes in it.
Dan, I have to tell you something.
Tell me.
You're not a fan of tomatoes. However, sometimes you see a fresh tomato and you're like,
They
oh
look
my
great.
gosh.
They look great. Tomato is a prime ingredient of a sandwich. It sounds like, I don't know. Sounds like a milk cocktail.
My mom's husband, his name is Billy. His favorite sandwich is peanut butter, mayonnaise, and banana.
Banana. All right, I interrupted
That's
you though.
weird.
You were just about to, excuse me. You were just about to jump
I
into
gotta
something.
put this away because I was just supposed to try it and keep going. Whoa, we gotta.
I almost did it.
We almost featured a comment that was rated R. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have not one but two special guests to celebrate International Golden Girls Day. One of our guests is a mother of 5 children.
5?
She loves the beach. She is a people person. The other guest is one of her 5 children.
It'd be a shame if you had 5 children and you hated people. You're up for failure.
Luckily, she picked a good number of kids to have.
And good kids to have.
So true. James, who's coming on tonight, loves theater, football, basketball, and baseball.
Is her child.
Yes. They started watching Golden Girls together on beach family vacations one day. James has been mesmerized by it ever since. And we couldn't be more excited for these guests. Please welcome
Karen and James Coston.
Hello.
Hi. I
Did you
just changed my fit.
I
Ooh.
saw that you were in elephant ears before we started the show, and now you're in like a Jigglypuff onesie.
You had to get a robe, to
Yeah.
look Golden Girl-ish.
I like the way you think, James.
Yeah.
James, you and Dan are kind of opposite each other.
That's-
He's got the red and the blue. You got the blue and the red.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
James, can you give me your best look at my sick robe fit kind of like pose real quick?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Just give me like your best 3. Yeah, there it is. Oh, okay, good.
Very nice.
Yes. How you two feeling?
Good.
Well, welcome to the show. We are so excited you're here. We put out a
Yay.
post weeks ago and we were asking who are the biggest Golden Girls fans around. And these two came to call, and I am so excited. You know what's great about the Golden Girls, and audience, feel free to chime in. It's a show that you can watch at any age and enjoy at any age. Like, I think that there's so many different kinds of people and different ages and different backgrounds, and I think you can just enjoy it. So, do you experience that when you guys are watching it together?
Yeah, we did. I mean, we actually were joking about it at the beach when this is like 2 years ago. We were all sitting around and my mom had it playing on the TV, and like he was sitting in the recliner and he was just like laying back with his feet up and he was just like mesmerized. He was like tuned in 100%. And we kind of made a joke about it, but then like we're like, "Do you like the Golden Girls?" He's like, "Yeah." So it was really cute.
How long ago was that?
2 years ago.
And how old are you now, James?
12.
So you were 10 years old and you were infatuated with the Golden Girls, huh?
Nice.
What was it that drew you to it?
The funny characters in it, like Blanche and Dorothy.
Are those your 2 favorite of the Golden Girls?
Well, Dorothy and Sophia are.
Dorothy and Sophia are his favorite.
Okay.
Nice.
So not a love for Rose, it sounds like, from you there.
That's me.
That's me
Rose
too.
is my favorite.
Yeah. Rose is
Everyone
my
else,
mom.
all my friends tell me that I'm like the Rose.
I could see that.
I'm a little
Absolutely.
From what I've seen of the show, she's like the sweet, kind of balanced. She's the Minnesotan, right?
Yeah.
I knew I
Yeah.
liked her.
And she went through all sorts of things. She went to what was the name of the festival she went to? I'm trying to remember. The one that she talks about over and over and over again.
Is that the first piece of trivia?
Oh yeah, it should be. Audience,
my
if you know,
gosh.
let us
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she's like
I-
the something Schnorbush.
Yeah.
Festival,
Yeah, it's a word that
big
she just made
festival.
up. It's like she probably made it up one time and then, it stuck,
Exactly.
That's how most language in Minnesota is devised. Nordic.
I was reading online today that she used to play word games the two of them, Dorothy or Rose and Blanche, used to play word games on the set to pass the time the entire time, and it was supposedly super fun.
Oh,
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I would love to be
they
on
should
that set.
release a series of tapes of just them playing the word games and see who can beat the Golden Girls.
Yeah, that
I'm
would
always
be.
looking for an opportunity to profit off of B-roll.
Yes. Oh, you got it. Saint Olaf.
Oh, that's not.
Oh
that's
yes, say Olaf. Yeah,
that's
I
not
knew it's like because we were watching the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, like there's two Frozen like words in there from the movie Frozen, like say Olaf, and then there's like Gustav. She says Gustav a lot, and I was like,
That's St. Olaf is a college, and it has one of the most respected and decorated men's choir programs in the entire country.
Wow. Well, there you go. I had no idea.
wow. Well,
No,
you learn something new every day.
Add that to your list of educational objects.
She talks about the pigs a lot. She
Does
talks
she?
about the pigs that
Yeah.
she raised and
Yeah.
had to go to school with.
Yeah, one of the last
Susan.
episodes we watched was about she was telling somebody about a pig, like whether they were in jail or something. They
Yeah.
were talking about a pig, and she's like, "Was it the one I talked about the pig story?" And she's like, "No, not that one." She's like,
The
"Oh,
butter story.
the butter, it's the butter." I mean, she was talking about
Oh,
she wanted to be Miss Butter, like in the
Yeah.
like a
Which sounds
Had-
funny. Sounds
Huh?
funny, but I genuinely went to college with someone from Iowa, and she won the Miss Butter pageant at her county fair. And they, as a prize, they literally had an artist sculpt her face and head, a bust of her head out of butter.
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
dude, I would love
So
that.
that's just how we roll in the Midwest.
Now, I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about because I saw when we went to the fair, I saw the sculptures made out of butter, and that is no joke. They take butter that is bigger than this whole table, and they sculpt out of it like the
Yeah.
craziest, most impressive things.
That's cool.
James, you ever tried to carve anything out of butter?
Nope.
You want to try it right here on the stream real quick?
Sure. If I had butter.
Should we grab a stick of butter and see who can make the best Blanche?
Oh,
That would have been a good idea.
Best butter Blanche?
he said, Mom, Blanche is boy crazy. That's what he said.
That is true.
Blanche is boy crazy. Yes, she is. Do you know what Blanche's initials are?
Like in real life, her real
No,
life,
no, in the show.
BD.
B-E-D.
Oh, are you
Isn't that
serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I thought that was super cute.
It's kind of suggestive, isn't it?
I guess
Yeah.
so.
Okay, by the way, we're going to keep dropping these little pieces of trivia on you throughout the night and see how well you do.
Yes. I'm
Okay.
very excited about it. Because it's like, I have a question. Karen, where are you from?
I am from one county over. I'm from Wilkes County, but I was born in Winston-Salem.
I didn't
I
realize
grew
you
up
were a
in Wilkes.
local.
We love Winston-Salem, mostly because we all smoke.
The town named after the two brands of cigarettes.
Mhm.
You know, I don't know if you get this all the time, but I used to. When I would tell people I was from Winston-Salem, they'd be like, "Oh, is that where the witches are from?"
Oh my gosh. No, not that one.
I was like, "That's another
That's
Salem."
a far one. Now, that one doesn't sound like it should be in Massachusetts to me. It does sound like it should be like in the South, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Doesn't
Yeah,
that seem
that
like a
makes
very
sense.
Southern tradition to like burn witches?
it does.
I'm not trying to start any fights. I'm just saying
Pig roasts and witch burnings.
that sounds more Southeast than it does Ivy League.
True. But we went to Salem, Massachusetts when we were on tour, and it was a very cool place to be.
Wow, I've not been there. I've only been to Boston and Massachusetts. I have some family that live there. So
Boston's cool.
Boston's a wild city. My favorite thing
It is.
about Boston is that you can be right in the middle of two buildings, one of which was built last year. It's like towering steel and glass, and the other one was built in like 1820.
yeah,
It's awesome. It's a very cool city that way.
yeah, it
Question.
is.
Question for both of you.
Okay, I'm ready.
If you, Golden Girls is a show that is littered with lessons,
Mm,
right?
Yes.
What do you think is what is a lesson from Golden Girls that you've learned specifically from that show and carried away from it? Or a message or a moment, something that's informed your life.
I love that.
I think it's like, well, for me, like, because I like Rose a lot, and I feel like she just kind of lives her life the way she wants to live it, and she's just happy, and she smiles a lot, and I think that's a really good lesson to take out of life. Is, it takes less time to smile at someone, and it doesn't cost anything, and just to be happy. And I think that's a really good thing for people to just know, and to kindness, goes a long way. Little things that you can do here and there throughout your day to spread kindness. So
yeah.
James has one too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What is it?
So, never go to a hotel because there's boys or girls in the lobby.
That's the episode we watched yesterday.
Wait, can you flesh that out for me? I'm not sure I'm familiar.
So it was the one that they were trying to go see Burt Reynolds, and they went to the wrong hotel. And
Blanche booked it because she liked the boys in the lobby.
Oh, and then they got put in jail because there was a rape.
Wait, what did you say? Say that again for the camera. Huh?
Hooker hotel.
And what, in your estimation, in your many years of life, does that mean?
Yeah, what is it? Yeah, tell us, James, what a hooker hotel is.
This is good entertainment.
I'm dying. I'm laughing.
Yeah,
I love it.
Do you know? I know.
He doesn't really know, and he's all shades of red right now too. It's great.
It matches your robe. I like it.
We got people coming into the comments with all kinds of their own lessons. Growing older should be fun.
Yes.
Real friends will always have your back.
Yes.
Family is not just family members, it's who you choose, and they're always there for each other. That is such a good one.
So true. I think the other thing that I get from Golden Girls is always be honest and straightforward with your friends. Because I think that in their relationship, they argue a lot. There's a lot of things that they do. They sometimes lie to each other, and they sometimes are not the best of friends, or they have conflict, but they always come back to each other because of their honesty. And they say, this is how I was feeling, or this is why I did it. And they always hug, and they have tea, and they're okay because they're good friends.
Yeah.
I love how the end of the show, it always goes back to them kind of together, the togetherness of the four of them. I love that. So, yeah.
That's the comfort. That's the comfort of a nice sitcom where people get up to their same old hijinks and make their same old mistakes, but at the end of the day, we're all still right back there with the Tanners and whomever else is over for dinner.
So true.
We're calling it a kissy face hotel for the rest of the stream.
Oh, I like that.
I love that. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, now I have a question for those of you. And if you're in the audience, no Googling. What are the names of all of the girls' spouses?
Ooh.
So they all had a spouse or an ex-spouse. What were the names of their spouses? Carrie says cheesecake, but I think that's not one that is a name of a spouse.
Was one of them Dan?
Let's see.
I should be so lucky.
Right? It wasn't actually.
Oh, man. Shoot. Okay. I
But
just,
one
for
of
some
them-
reason, I thought I heard that. I was trying to go back and listen to the things I've heard them say, and I was like, yeah.
Oh, we do have our first guest.
Stan, yeah.
Man.
You were
I know
very
it's close.
Wow, everyone was on top of that one.
See, you got him going. So, who did Stan belong to? Does anybody remember?
Dorothy.
Yes, that is correct.
Who's Karen, did you know that all the kids are saying Stan as a slang term? Are you up on this one?
I've not heard this one.
Wait, is that true?
Oh yeah, it's been around for a while now.
Oh yeah, we were just talking about this.
Like if you're a really big fan of somebody, it's like a cross between a stalker and a fan.
Mm-hmm.
So like I stan Taylor Swift. That kind of a thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We should drop one piece of Gen Z lingo in every stream just so that we can all stay on top of each other. And also, it'll be funny to see all the Zoomers remove that from their lexicon as soon as we blow it up.
So true. The minute I learn something, it's gone.
Sal?
Sal is another one. Yes. Sal belongs to Sophia. Yes, Jennifer. Good job. Oh, yes. Charlie is another one. Charlie belongs to, anybody know?
That was Rose's, wasn't it?
That's correct.
Wow.
And she loved him. And so that's another thing that I loved is we never meet him because he's passed away by the time the show starts. But she always speaks so highly of Charlie, and it's so sweet.
It is pretty sweet.
We're missing one, right?
Yes, we're actually missing a few because
because Blanche had a few.
Sophia also had a few. Rose. Actually,
Looks like we have a George.
George is Blanche's. Yep, that's correct. Blanche only had one, believe it or not.
That's so Blanche.
Rose had one. Dorothy had two.
Oh.
Before Stan, there was. Does anybody know? Began with an L, and it's the last name of a very famous movie director.
Larentino.
George.
I don't know, but we should tell
Lucas.
them. And Lucas, that's great.
Okay.
George Lucas.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I don't remember that one. I don't remember hearing about that one.
You know what was interesting about the Golden Girls too is there was so many like characters and things that came in and out, but it always went back to the four girls, and they were always single and happy about it. Whether they had a relationship or not, they were always just in their own skin, being themselves, and I love that about them.
Let me ask you:
Me too.
were there any messages of, because it wasn't common to have super female forward casts for a long time? Did they use that for was there a female forwarded message or rhythm in the show at all, or did they not really play into that too much?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't remember. I don't know. I didn't watch it. Well, I watched it a little bit when I was younger with my mom, but I didn't. As an adult, I've been watching it more recent now, know? So I don't know. I don't know if they had a agenda when they brought that one out there or not,
Can I show you guys one of my favorite clips of all time, one of my favorite viral videos?
I know what you're gonna say.
I bet. I wonder if you all know which one this is gonna be. If you know, you probably know what this is gonna be. Let me just see if I can bring this tab up.
I remember you singing this so many times over and over.
See if the
again.
audio comes through on this.
Let's find out.
Let me know.
Thank you for being a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, so we started from the bottom, now we're here, girl.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
Pal and a confidant.
It's my butt right here. Ooh, if I did everything, the biggest gift, the biggest. Yeah, thank you for being my friend. Yeah. Hallelujah.
That is so cute. I don't think I've listened to that all the way through before.
No?
No, I've only heard the very beginning of it, and I was like, "What is this?"
How could you stop?
I absolutely love Dan. You should actually sing that. I will
Thank
say.
you for being a friend. Oh, yeah. I got
there
the
we
whole
go.
thing. I use it for an audition cut.
Did you?
No,
Okay, that's a funny idea.
I'm on it.
My mom was also letting me know that today is not only International Golden Girls Day, but it is also National Friendship Day. And thank you for being a friend. Who knows if that was meant to be or just happened to be.
Well, the show
That's
did
perfect.
center on friendship, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Makes me happy. I love that. All right, we're going to do some speed trivia, and we're going to see how many you can get. So we're going to start off with, what did Blanche bring back from Grammy's house that reminded her of Germany?
A belt?
Good guess. The correct answer was actually wind chimes. I love that one. Okay, this I remember.
These are deep cuts, by the way.
They're
so
very deep
we're going to
cuts.
see how deep you can go.
And audience, see if you know any too.
Oh, it's National Cheesecake Day. Why are we not eating cheesecake?
Well, let's go get some cheesecake.
Are you going to go get some cheesecake after this?
Maybe.
Get a
think that's a good
cheesecake
idea.
and carve a butter stick.
There's that cheesecake place down there in downtown Winston-Salem. It's so good.
Yeah, it's on Trade Street, isn't it?
I heard
Yeah.
about that.
Look at me. I know my way around Winston these days. Of course, everything's on Trade Street. So
True.
There you go.
All right. What did Stan leave Dorothy after their daughter's wedding?
What did Stanley do? Was it some kind of book?
No, it was much. It was actually his hair.
Okay.
He always wore a toupee and he left it, which I think is sweet. Dan, if you wore a toupee, I would hope that you would leave it for me.
I'll just leave my hair in whatever condition it's in.
No. Just bury it with him. No.
All right. I'm gonna pick one of these, and I don't even know what some of these mean, but we're gonna. All right. This one's for you, James.
Okay.
What type of car did Blanche rent to attract boys?
Now remember, this was not
Yeah.
today.
This is definitely not today.
a long time ago. Think of a car.
Is it like a really nice car?
It is a really nice car. It's a classic nice car. I mean, it's not a specific make, model. It's just the make. What's the nicest car you can think of?
A Corvette. That's what I think.
Very close. She rented a Tesla.
Ah, nice.
I'm kidding.
Wait.
Look at their faces.
I was actually like, was he right?
No, it was a Mercedes.
Oh, a Mercedes.
Oh, okay.
It's like a Tesla? What?
It was a very progressive. It was a very forward-thinking show.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Men love Teslas. let
They
me tell you.
do.
Get you a Cybertruck if you want the boys to come running.
Oh, no.
I remember the episode too.
Okay.
I remember. I didn't remember what kind of car it was.
Let's see. See if this. Wow, these are like specific, very, very specific. I'm gonna see if I can find. Okay, who attended Sophia? Who attended Sophia's wedding to Max?
Oh.
Like,
what kind of characters were at Sophia's wedding when she married Max?
Oh yeah.
Was it one of the Golden Girls, or was it more people?
well, they were all there.
It's a specific type of character. Do you remember?
Was it a
I have a
clown?
feeling you
They
haven't
might
seen
have been
this
made.
episode.
They might have
because-
been wearing shoes made of a specific material and a specific color.
Was it a clown?
No, in a way.
Not
In a way.
In a way, Dan
Parents
says.
in the 1950s and 60s may have called him this.
50s and 60s?
50s and 60s parents might have been, turn that clown off. With the
I got
hips and a guitar and the perfect hair
Oh,
and a gyration.
rocker?
Huh?
A rocker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elvis
Elvis?
impersonators. Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I could have looked over here on the side. Everyone's telling me the answers.
Oh yeah, I haven't been featuring these. That's the best way to cheat on this show, by the way.
So true. Hey, does
I didn't want to cheat.
the actress's name who played Blanche?
B? No, that's not B. That's B.
Her
is
initials were R.M. And she was actually in a bunch of things back then, I'm pretty sure.
Was she?
Yeah.
Oh
'cause-
yeah, I know. I think I remember who it is.
Yeah.
that one.
Is
Nobody's got that one.
Is
Do
it
you know,
Rue
Dan?
McClanahan?
It is.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I know his name.
We all won.
Okay, here's one. Where did the Golden Girls live?
Miami, Florida.
That
Yay!
is correct.
You know, I was
Okay,
thinking
this
about it.
one.
They never really left that apartment. Like the show never really left
Yes, it
the
did.
apartment
They
that
went to
much,
the hotel.
except for the hotel.
Right?
That's the best way to make a TV show. Cheaper.
Guess,
So true.
Yeah, I guess so. So,
Did they ever leave Jerry's apartment on Seinfeld?
Oh, yes.
Good.
Although I never watched Seinfeld much. I always liked Golden Girls better.
yeah, Golden Girls is way better.
Well, they're basically identical shows.
So true.
100%.
All right, here's a question for you, James. Do you remember the name of the bar that Blanche likes to go to meet her men?
We're giving James all the Blanche and men questions.
Well, after this hotel he spoke
Yes,
about,
the
I
Kissy
figured it
Face
was
Hotel.
only fair.
Shady Pines.
That was their housing development.
Shady Pines was
cheater.
their housing
You
development.
cheater.
Thanks, Jennifer.
It
Yeah,
is a piano
big time.
bar.
I can't remember.
It's called the Rusty Anchor.
Mm.
Okay, this last trivia question, I'm about to die. I shouldn't have said that, but I'm so excited about this answer because of a comment we had earlier. The girls were obsessed with one dessert. Which is it?
Cheesecake.
It is!
Oh, how appropriate is that? It all comes together.
It all comes together. Friendship Day, Golden Girls Day, Cheesecake Day, it's all together in one.
That's amazing. I
think we should all start going out together as friends and watching Golden Girls and eating cheesecake.
Yes, in groups of 4.
Definitely.
Yes,
Yes.
in honor
Not
of
3.
ladies.
3 is not a good number. 3 is not
And
a
5 is far too many.
Yes.
Yep.
Groups of 4.
100%.
Definitely would do that.
I love it. Karen, James, we love you guys so much. And tell us what's next for you, because you guys are a theater family. So what's next on the docket? Anything exciting?
Yeah, so we have auditions next week for The Lucky Stiff in Yak and Arts Council. And then next is also the next week after that, we have a She Loves Me.
Yes.
Auditions for that. So Bubba and I think Sophia both are doing those.
Great.
So that's going to be fun. I'm excited. And then the high school, we'll find out what the high school's doing soon too. So once they start back to school. So
Which high school is that?
Forbush High School.
Okay.
That's
keep
always
me in the loop.
exciting.
I always like to keep my finger on the pulse of the educational theater happening around here.
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah,
Hey,
we're
we always
excited.
like to
This
ask-
one wants to do a spring show next summer. He's
Please
excited.
do. Yeah.
I've heard you have a great voice, James. I can't wait to hear it on stage.
He does. He does.
James, what show do you want to do? If
I'm-
you can choose you can single-handedly choose our season right here, right now on the
Any
stream.
show, and royalties don't matter.
What's something you haven't done that you want to do?
Captain Underpants show would be fun.
Oh my God.
We're doing Captain Underpants.
There you go. Perfect. I love it.
Costins, we always love to ask our guests for something that might be on their heart, something that somebody might need to hear, little words of affirmation or wisdom or kindness. What's on your heart tonight?
The funny thing is my daughter wrote this on my mirror. I don't know, probably almost 6 months ago. I was having a bad day, and I don't have bad days very often, but I was having a bad day, and she wrote this note on my mirror, and it says, "You are enough." And it just really means a lot. And I see it every day when I'm brushing my teeth and I get up in the morning, I see it. And those tiny little positive affirmations, it just helps. And like when your kids notice that you're having a bad day, that just really made me feel good. And I've done the same things for them, but seeing them do it for me was just really sweet. And it's just nice to just see that. And everyone just needs to be able to, even if you have to put it up there yourself, so you see that every day, to know that you are enough. So
I love that.
That is so awesome.
We've actually had a lot of guests talk about this idea of taking the grace that many of us offer for others and turning it on yourself, which is something that I think we lose sight of in today's world a little bit. We expect a lot from ourselves, and we see fractured realities through our devices, and it's good to take a step back and remember that we are enough.
Absolutely. And just the little things we do every day by being kind, which is easier than being a jerk.
it's way easier. It's way
It's
easier.
like Rose. It's what Rose would want.
It is what Rose would want.
It would, yeah, for sure.
Well, y'all, thank you for joining us this evening.
Yes,
Thank
we
you for
love you
having
guys so much, and we will see you. We'll see you soon, I hope.
Yay! Yes, of course you will, for sure.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your wonderful Tuesday evening.
Bye,
You.
you guys.
Mwah. Bye.
Amazing.
Man, I love it when generations gap. In fact, this was not supposed to be a selfless plug gap, but I'm going to make it one.
Okay.
My favorite thing we do at Spring Theater every year is our annual Christmas tour. Not the most extravagant thing, not the most, I would say not the most rewarding thing, but it actually is one of the most rewarding things.
It's not the most rewarding for one's own ego.
Yes.
It is extremely rewarding for one's sense of taking a passion and delivering it to others and on a platter to serve a need for somebody who needs something.
Absolutely. So what we do is we write a small Christmas show, and we tour it to different retirement communities throughout the season. And it is so much fun. And we have all ages. But what's my favorite thing is the younger kids get involved. And then was Dan dressed as Dorothy? You got it. Good job. But the younger
Bea Arthur.
younger kids get involved. The older people love it. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Just like the Golden Girls. They're beautiful and wonderful. And so are all of you.
So true, bestie.
We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in each and every week. And thank you for celebrating all of the weird and wonderful things with us. We love it. It's so much
Speaking
fun.
of weird and wonderful things, if there's anything that you think would be make a good topic for this show, or you want to talk about, or you'd like to see done in this show, fire us a message, send us a DM, let us know what you want to see. We'd love to take challenges. We'd love to take ideas and make them realities on this show. We're always looking for some kind of little shtick or gimmick that we can implement. So tell us what you want to see and we'll make it happen.
Yes, absolutely. I'll take it. I feel like I'm more Rose than anyone else, even though I kind of look a little more like Estelle Getty right now.
You do look a little Estelle Getty right now.
I just
Actually,
need
if
to go
you
a
if
little
you
low.
scooch back, keep scooching back, and then get us now we're now we're Dorothy.
Dorothy, please.
Now we're Dorothy and Estelle Getty.
Honey, oh my.
Oh,
best
I
husband
can't
is from
move out of
Sicily.
my shackles. I've outgrown my clothing.
Oh my God. Good night, everybody.
Good night,
We'll
everybody.
see you next time.
It's going to be another episode on next Tuesday here on Erinn and Dan. This is a really dumb bit. You can't actually
Dorothy,
sign out this way.
I need to get you a boyfriend. I need to get you one.
Is that
now.
something you try to do?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Bye, everybody.